morning. Today we have a little project we're working on. What we're doing today, what we're talking about, are these holes, these nail holes. I have a bunch of nail holes here, and we need to fill them. Your basic Minwax, this Elmer's wood filler, I mean, that stuff will work fine. My preferred choice, and I'm not getting paid for this, this is just what I use Bondo. Bondo is my go-to hole filler. It works really fast, 45 minutes or so, and you're ready to sand. It sands down super smooth. If you're going to paint over the top of it, this stuff works awesome. All right, this Bondo comes in two parts. It's got this little mixing tray for a lid, cream hardener, and your base. Your base product, if you've never used Bondo before, a lot of people use it on their cars, but it works really good on wood. Your wood does need to be dry. I will say that. You want to use dry wood. You don't want to use wet wood when you're using this stuff. This stuff smells, and it's kind of, you can see how liquidy it is. It moves around a little bit. It's kind of a putty. And we're going to use a putty knife just to mix it. I'll show you the ingredients. I'll put them up on the screen for you. But you just put it in a little bit into your tray. The ingredients say if you have a 3-inch pile of putty, you want a 3-inch long squeeze of hardener. Well, that's kind of vague, but here's your, right in there. Oh, got it. Come on. Here's your hardener, cream hardener. This little tube is enough hardener for this whole can, so that should give you some kind of a, I'm just going to put in about that much right there. Can you see that? The more you put in, the faster it goes, so you got to be a little bit careful on how much hardener you're using. Once you mix this stuff up, you can't put it back in the tin here. Once you're mixed, you're mixed. So you're just going to stir this up until it turns into a bluish tone all the way around. We're just going to continue mixing that up. You can see it turns a nice, it's a uniform kind of a light bluish color. All right, when you get that all mixed up, we're just going to start plugging holes. So I'll get a little bit on my spatula, my putty knife, and that's it. We're just going to fill these holes. This works outstanding on molding, especially MDF boards. If you're doing a DIY and you're putting in new molding in your house, this will plug up all the nail holes. You want to leave it a little proud so you can come back and sand it. This will sand butter smooth, and when you go to repaint or paint over the top of this, you're not going to see any voids at all. That's why I love this Bondo. I got this tip off a craftsman in the 80s, in the 1900s, for you youngsters. Back in the 80s, guy was doing a custom house, and he had his guy go around and plug up all the holes. Guy wasn't very happy because he had to mix up all this Bondo all the time and go in and sand. But I'll tell you, that stuff, there wasn't a pinhole, a nail hole, nothing. You couldn't see. Nobody builds like that anymore. You see all kinds of voids in houses that are built nowadays. Remember, you're trying to do it right, not do it fast. Do it right the first time. It's only been a few minutes, and this stuff is starting to thicken up. You can feel it as you work with it. It starts to tighten up. So work a little quickly depending on how much stuff you've made up. Yeah, you can see it's only been a few minutes and this stuff is getting pretty tacky. When that happens, remember, not so much hardener next time, for one, and for two, just start again, mix up some more, throw this stuff away and mix up some more, maybe a little less next time so you don't have to work so fast. That stuff is hard. I mean, it's only been a few minutes and this stuff is no good anymore. So we will discard this and come back, mix up some more. I'll put an Amazon link to where you can buy this. I am an affiliate. You don't pay more. It's just an easy way for you to get it, that's all. All right, I sanded this down. I took this piece of sandpaper. This is 150 grit. I got my sanding block, which is just a scrap piece of wood wrapped around there. And I just hand sanded it down until I got tired and said, enough with that, and went and got my orbital sander and just buffed it real smooth. There you go. I will take the hand sander and take it down, and I will go over all of these, make sure that they are flush, not dipped down in any way, and we'll put some paint on it. I want to get all the dust off. I came up with a method a few years ago. I wanted to show you. I just take paper towels. You can use paper towel, you can use an old t-shirt, whatever you have available, and I have some spray adhesive. You could use whatever spray adhesive you want. I'm using a Nashua, but it can be any spray adhesive. You just take that paper towel and give it a few light coats. I like to make up a bunch ahead of time because these things need to sit. Just give it a very light coat, and that'll sit for like a half hour, even 15-20 minutes. But after you do that, these will get dry but tacky, and it'll just enable you to just go in here and remove all the sawdust or any dust that you have on there. You can see how sticky it gets, but it just pulls up all the dust off your project before you paint. There you go, you can see the difference. I'll hold you up a clean one and the dirty one, but it's just a really great way to make tack cloths. Super cheap, can of that stuff, some paper towels, and you're good to go for years and years and years. All right, back to our project. But this tack cloth does a great job of catching any dust, and I'll go through here and wipe down all of this dust before we paint. Fills it in nicely. I love this Bondo product. Like I said, I'm not getting paid by Bondo, or I don't even know who makes Bondo. But let's see. I'm not getting paid. It's not an advertisement. It's a 3M. But I do have an affiliate. I'll put all the links and all the products that I used today in the link for you in the description. And I hope that helps you with your wood projects. Look at my tack cloth stuck to my. Hope that helps you with your wood products. I hope that helps you with your wood projects. You guys have a great day.